Welcome to the world's number one podcast, Soccer A to Z, the people's podcast, saving football 1 week at a time, whilst helping society. We're working our way through the alphabet, as everyone knows, from A to Z. Today's letter is P for Palmer. Not Carlton, Hitler's demand it, but Cole Palmer.
Oh, God.
Helen is here.
Straight in.
Hello.
Straight in.
Joe is here.
Hello.
Tubes is here.
Hello.
Robbie's off again. Boo.
Oh,
It's like he's got another job or
He's
something,
an
isn't it?
I think
influencer.
he's influencing
He's a
people on the
massive
piece, but I
influencer.
think he might be training with Darren Huckabee as well. That's probably what's
Yeah,
done it.
I can't wait for that video.
6 months
Well,
to get
yeah,
rid.
it's back
6 months
ripped.
with Huckers. Yeah.
Sorting himself out,
Yeah.
according to you.
Can I do like a little bit? Yeah, that's what he's going to do. Sort himself
out.
Get ripped in 6 months. Can we do a bit of a trail forward? Because we never really do that. I want to trail two things which are coming up on the show. One, we have a black box in front of us, and I will reveal what's inside the black box. For anyone listening and not watching, it's a black box with a black ribbon. I've not actually looked inside there yet. I know what it is, but I haven't looked inside. And secondly, we've got Raymondo on later. We've got Ray Winstone, and we've actually pre-recorded that, so you'll hear it later on in the show. And it was brilliant because Joe just did an impression of Ray in front of Ray Winstone.
Yeah. Yeah. He looked well impressed as well.
So it's quite a good
To
impression.
be fair, I started doing Sexy Beast as well. He was like, yeah, all right.
Well, we all did a bit of Sexy Beast. I don't know if that'll make the edit or not, but we all did a bit of that. But you actually did an impression of him when you went round to his house, which is...
Yeah, when because me and Fenners once went round to do something with him, and he would turn up about 9 in the morning.
Yeah.
And we walked in thinking, he's just got off us a piece of toast and a cup of tea. Right, boys, what do you want then? Do you want a steak sandwich or something?
But you did that in front of him.
Yeah.
You can't do that in front of him.
Yeah, but it sounds like Ray Winstone, though, doesn't it?
No, it
in
sounds
honour.
like you doing a cockney. It doesn't sound like Ray Winstone. You can't do impressions of people in front of me. Do an impression of me in front of me.
But you haven't really got anything to go by.
I thought he was going to say you haven't got anything about you.
Yeah, well, I kind of
You've
meant
got
that.
nothing.
You're so
Tim.
nondescript.
But
You've got nothing.
You haven't really got an accent
Well,
that
dude-
you can kind of...
Do Tubes then.
Neither's he.
Do Helen then.
Well, I can't,
I
can I?
do.
Yeah, drive down to Torquay at 90 miles an hour in my Lamborghini.
Lamborghini.
Gotta go and feed the pigs on the forest, man.
Oh God! If you close your eyes, it's like a Helen. There's
Yeah.
two Helens in the
It's
room.
like she's in the studio.
Yeah. Right, let's get some. What do they call it? Housekeeping. Is that what they call it? Out of the way?
Admin.
Yeah.
Some admin, some housekeeping. Neil Perkins says, "Hey, following on from the O episode, I would like to let you know that Sabutio still exists. My 8-year-old was given the England set for Christmas. Only downfall, the goals are absolute pain to put together." Helen was saying how much. Who? No, you loved
Sabutio.
Helen
Fantastic
and myself
game.
were saying it's kind of dull to play.
No, it's brilliant.
You know, the kit's change so often now. Does Sabutio keep up with that?
I'd
Do
imagine.
you get like the new
So, yeah,
City kit?
loads of money in that. So.
Yeah.
John Hitchcock says, listening to the O podcast now, and I am in shock you didn't mention Gareth Bale's overhead kick in the Champions League final. Probably the best goal that will ever be scored in a final. That goal against Liverpool.
Don't know, Zidane.
But that
we did
Bale
talk
one.
about it though, didn't
Did
we?
you?
Yeah, we did talk about it.
I don't think we
I
brought
don't
up.
think
We
I
talked
did.
about
No.
overhead kick.
No.
No. Should we see how everyone is? We know Robbie's out influencing on the piste. Helen, before we get into your farm, Wes Burrow says, is Helen's animal prison like Squid Games? Winners get fed, losers get dispatched. Is it like Squid Game? Do you have them all in little green tracksuits? Do you play children's music and get them to play off against each other? Do you get them to compete against each other, Helen?
No.
You know, I can't tell the difference between a squid and an octopus.
Why is that, why is that, Joe?
Because to me, they're identical.
I tried that joke on Sunday brunch because you told it to me before, and it bombed.
Really?
Absolutely
Live
bombed.
on air.
So people just didn't get it. They were like looking at me like that.
That's the show he does on Sunday.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I do
show,
Sunday
so,
brunch.
yeah.
It's got celebrity music bands.
Yeah.
How can you not
Very
get
good.
that?
I don't know. So Helen, how is the farm?
Yeah, everything froze up this week, but actually that's a blessing when there's mud everywhere because it means you can walk about instead of skating about. Yeah, I've had to. Spring's definitely round the corner because I've had to break up a couple of cockfights this week.
Oh, it's illegal, Helen. It's illegal. Are you telling
shouldn't be
me?
organising no.
It's illegal, you lot. Stop fighting. It's illegal.
Yeah.
So that is like Squid Game then, isn't it? What do they do, cocks, when they fight? Do they use their feet or their beaks?
Both.
Windmilling with the wings.
It's like MMA.
It's more about it is more about the feet.
Yeah, I imagine it's more like kangaroos where they get up on their tails, but they haven't got
I've seen
tails.
some spicy fights of kangaroos.
I think they get up there with their claws, don't they, in each other's face?
Yeah, they do. They do a bit of shooing, but then if one of them's cowering, they go for their combs because their combs are.
What's a comb?
Is that like the Mohican?
The bit at the top of their head, Tim.
Well, why did they call that a comb?
Why do they call it a Mohican?
Why do they call it a Mohican? Why do they call it a bit of rubbery thing?
But they're red. They're full of blood. So if they peck a little hole in that, or if they shoo a little hole in that, they blood all down their face. It often looks worse than it is.
What are they for, their combs?
Like Terry Butcher.
Is it just like a peacock's tail to attract the opposite sex? Hello, darling. Or is it to keep them temperature or something? What is the point of them?
I don't know. Well, it's saying they've got wattles. So the thing that they've got on the top of their head, they've got some wattles down below as well that are made of the same material.
But what are they for? Are they just to attract the opposite sex? You don't know?
So, no, I don't
I
know.
thought you knew this
I
stuff.
thought she did. I thought she was
It
like,
probably is some temperature relating thing because chickens don't sweat.
We should get Chris Packham on. He knows everything about
But
birds.
cockerels have big ones. Hens only have little ones. So
Okay, what animal suffers from the cold the most?
None of them do. You're being human. You're putting human feelings onto animals. That's what Helen told me. What's the word, Helen?
Anthropomorphizing.
Yeah, none of them get cold. They don't care.
No animals get cold.
They do.
No,
they
they
do.
don't.
Yeah.
Dogs get cold.
Right.
Exactly. I've seen dogs shiver.
Yeah.
I do realise what I'm about to say here, but I did put my pigs in blankets this week.
Were they tasty? A little bit of chicken on the side. It is. I tell you, it's getting worse. It's like a horror movie down at the small holding. It's like they go out for a little.
Some kind of dystopia, isn't it?
Helen comes out and wraps the pigs in bacon.
It's literally Squid Games, isn't it? It literally is Squid Games.
Yeah.
Actual blankets. They had duvets.
The dogs. I see dogs in jumpers all the time, and I thought dogs could regulate their body temperatures. Helen, you're my animal expert. Do dogs need to wear jumpers or not?
Not really, but if it's really, really cold and depending on your dog's coat, not zip-up coat,
Right.
the fur that they have.
Yeah.
If it's really, really cold, I don't see there's I mean, if people are doing it for fashion, then blah. But yeah.
I saw a dog wearing a dry robe the other day.
They have all they're very popular dry robes,
I know.
aren't they? Everyone seems to be wearing those.
Yeah.
Out walking their dogs in London town.
In a dry
you-
robe.
if
you don't like
there's
the
a
robe, you're a dry robophobe. It's a coldy looking shade, isn't it?
Oh, they're great.
There's a Facebook group. There's a Facebook group where people take pictures of people in dry robes on the sly, like coming out of Tesco's in Basingstoke, and they'll put the amount of miles that they are from the sea.
Is that the big Tesco's or the Tesco's local in Basingstoke?
Well, it'll be
the big
it's more
Tesco's,
it's
probably.
more about the dry robe than
Right,
the
than the
location.
Tesco's.
But yeah, there's a whole Facebook group dedicated to people who wear dry robes nowhere near water.
I haven't got one, but they do look comfortable. I think I might invest.
They haven't
in
crept into football yet, really, have they?
What, people wearing them on the footballers
grounds,
or people on the grounds?
People at grounds wearing them.
Everyone's in Peaky Blinder hats, mate, aren't they?
Yeah, you get
Peaky
the old
Blinder,
Bell staff
Peaky
on.
Blinder, bit of that, yeah, bit of, and a little bit of what are those things called?
Vapes.
Vape. It's
Yeah.
all a bit of vaping going on. All right, we got a lot of business on today's show, so we're gonna have to move on to Joe. What have you been up to?
Trying to keep warm. Primarily, yeah.
You get yourself a dry robe.
You need a dry robe, don't
Yeah.
I? Now I've been going around the house bleeding radiators.
Bleeding radiators.
Excuse the language.
Yeah.
Went to Brentford Saturday. Cup upset.
For the game.
Yeah.
It's good there, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a great little stadium.
I get
yeah.
my mates take me there sometimes. They've got really going well there, haven't they?
Yeah, it's brilliant. Great
Yeah.
stadium, yeah.
I don't know how they're keeping the price of the tickets so cheap.
I know. A pint was about £4.
What?
That's
Yeah.
cheap, isn't it?
I know.
Hold
I was
on.
like, how are they managing that? £4?
No.
I'm sure it was £4.
No way.
They were like
Absolute
£4 when I was drinking.
Yeah,
and that was
no.
like 8 or 9 years.
That's
Well,
nonsense.
nearly 9
Yeah,
years.
but I know I looked up at the thing. I wasn't drinking myself. I was working, but I looked up at like a pint of lager, pint of Guinness, £4.
I saw a thing. I was rummaging around on the internet the other day, and there was somebody who said, "Do you know how much a pint was in 2010?" And it was average pint in Britain was £3.89 or something.
In 2010?
In 2010.
Yeah,
it
sounds
can't.
about right.
15 years. It cannot have gone up.
Oh, it's escalated rapidly.
What is it now?
Yeah.
What is it now?
It's about £7.50 or
Yeah.
something now.
Is it?
Yeah, but every time you go to the pub and you buy a couple of drinks, or around you. I'm still in that shock thing. Where I'm like, are you sure it's that much?
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
and I'm only buying beer. I'm not buying spirits and cocktails here. But I can't get over how much these. Oh, look at me, sounding like an old man. Anything else to report, Joe?
No.
Tubes has been in Dubai. Did you get to see any Flintstones? They got it there yet?
No, they were in Abu Dhabi.
Abu Dhabi, yeah.
Just literally just got off the plane and came straight here.
Did
because
you?
I love this
Wow.
podcast.
Oh,
Yeah, I
what a
literally
warrior.
landed and I got the Gatwick Express straight over.
How long was the flight?
It was long. It was a 2 a.m. flight.
Did you watch any movies? Or
I
did you
didn't.
sleep?
I just tried to sleep.
Did you get your head down?
Yeah.
Okay.
I made some notes about my pee this week.
What is?
So yeah.
Give us some. What is Dubai like at the moment? What's happening out there on the streets of Dubai?
Well, do you know what, Tim? I don't really see the streets of Dubai, really. I see just lots of golf courses and hotels. The hotels out there are just incredible. I just don't understand. Big Ange, my brother, showed me a picture yesterday on the way to the airport of what Dubai looked like 25 years ago. There was literally nothing there.
Yeah.
And now you're driving to the airport and there's buildings, skyscrapers, every restaurant you can think of. It's a mad place. I don't think I could live there because there's just too much going on.
There
But
are
the golf
people
course,
moving there, aren't they? Digital nomads.
so many people moving there. It's but the golf courses and they allow us to film. It's great. So it's great to get out there and do some filming. We're working with a golf brand out there, so it was amazing. But yeah, it's just full on.
Is it hot?
No, and it actually rained.
Oh,
Yeah, and apparently in Dubai, they seed the clouds to make it rain.
Shut up.
Right?
Oh,
Yeah, true.
Playing with nature.
contrails.
Yeah,
Playing with nature.
And all of
yeah,
that.
true.
We've returned into a conspiracy podcast.
Or do they?
Yeah.
Or do they? Last
So,
week,
yeah, it was good. It was good.
last week we were going to play. We missed out playing Peter Selby's Guess the Goal, or did we? Yes, we did, or did we, or didn't we? Conspiracy.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. So we thought we'd do it again this week. But we just overrun. But sadly, we are going to do it for you. But before the show, when we were having a quick cup of coffee, discussing the good old days and everything else, Cole Palmer. Ash, the producer, came down and said, "We're doing Peter Selby's Guess the Goal, are we?" And I went, "Yep." And he goes, "What the?" And I won't say who because I'll leave it to the listeners; they can do it. And then mention the footballers play.
Yeah, absolutely killed us.
Joe is
Yeah.
is so gutted about this. I can't tell you because he loves this item so much.
I actually don't think I've seen Sheephead that upset ever.
He was fuming.
Listen,
Absolutely, his blood
it was going
boiling.
to cry.
Anyway, Joe and Tubes know who the player is. I know what the whole thing is, but I didn't get it. So I'll be honest with you. You know the player, but you don't know the goal. You at home, listening, or in the car, or wherever you are, at work, or in the sauna, you can you can guess. So Peter Selby is a descriptive commentator for Impartially Sighted People. He's going to describe a goal now. All you've got to do is guess who it is. Go.
The defender, 20 yards to the left of centre, inside his own half, comes forward unopposed. 10 yards in front of the halfway line, looks up and delivers a 70-yard left-footed high diagonal ball deep into the opposition penalty area. 10 yards to the right of the penalty spot, where the attacker with the last defender brings the ball down first touch with his right, cuts the ball past the defender with his second, and with his third touch from the right corner of the 6-yard box, scores with a right-footed volley into the far left top corner and scores a wonderful goal. The attacker runs away and falls onto the floor in celebration. It was a sensational first touch from a long 70-yard diagonal ball deep inside their own half. 10 yards to the right of the penalty spot, brings the ball down out of the sky with his first touch with his right. The last defender's with him. His second touch, he cuts the ball past the defender who can't stop in time, and then from the right corner of the 6-yard box with his right foot volleys into the far left top corner and scores a sensational goal.
Okay, now the guys know who it is, but they don't know what goal it is. I didn't get it. Helen, do you want to guess on it at all?
No clue.
You don't have a clue.
Easy.
Okay, Joe. Who is
Well, obviously it's Dennis Bergkamp because Big Mouth Ash blurted it out over a brew earlier, didn't he? But it's Marseille, isn't it? Argentina, Marseille, World Cup 98.
Yeah,
Joe's
90th minute.
Frank de Boer. What is it, Frank de Boer with the long ball up front?
I'm not sure, but yeah, let's hear. That was how Peter Selby did it. Let's hear how the Dutch commentators did it.
Frank de Boer speelt de bal. Heel goed naar Dennis Bergkamp. Dennis Bergkamp neemt de bal aan. Dennis Bergkamp. Dennis Bergkamp. Dennis Bergkamp. Dennis Bergkamp. Dennis Bergkamp. Oh!
Yeah, Dennis Bergkamp.
Yeah.
We'll do another one of those next week, and hopefully Joe won't
Dennis
find out
Bergkamp.
won't find out the
Cheers,
answer
Ash.
for that.
Once
Right.
went to Amsterdam to do a thing with Dennis Bergkamp.
What
It was brilliant.
Yeah.
I think it was like just doing keep-ups with a tennis ball or something. I went to Ajax, and his last words of advice to us were like, "Stay out of the coffee shops, boys."
Where's he from? Italian mafia.
Right, it's like sitting with Mike Yarwood. I'm desperately trying to think of someone who impersonates people, and I can't. Who's a modern impersonator? Who does that sort of stuff?
What's his name? Darren.
Oh, he's good.
Huckabee.
Isn't he?
No,
Darren Huckabee.
Darren Farley.
Farley.
Darren Farley.
And the Irish guy whose name escapes me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Don't know.
He does all the golfers, doesn't he?
Yeah, do they do
Really
it for
good.
footballers?
Dana
Yeah.
Carvey. There you go. He's the American
Just the
version.
dart players as well, the Irish fella.
Yeah,
Matt Ford.
Really good.
Oh yeah,
Matt Ford
Oh,
does
yeah,
them all,
Matt
doesn't he? He
Ford's
does all
good, yeah.
Starmer. And
We need to get him on the show, Matt,
Yeah.
because he's a Forest fan,
Yeah.
and they're
They
going
are
to
flying.
win the league according to Forest fans. Got a load of questions coming in from our readers, which we'll answer on Friday. Which Scottish team would you support if you had to, and why? That's interesting, actually. Tune into Friday because Helen gave me advice on that when I first joined Soccer Am, so I'll tell you all about that. Tom Lester, one rule you'd bring in to help the game. Oh, I've got a good answer on that. PK the Apprentice says biggest shock in football history. Couple there I can think of. And Francis Scott says, it's one for Tubes. Tune in on Friday and fine. Do you want to know what it is?
Should we wait until the Friday?
Okay,
Yeah,
we'll tune in.
yeah.
We'll tune in on Friday.
Yeah.
There's a question for Tubes there. That's the Q and Q. There'll be a quiz there too. Now we've got a couple of things coming up. I'm doing this. I'm being like a professional today. I'm gonna trail forward. Ray Winstone's coming up later on the show. We had a lovely chat with him, and we've got something in that black box there which we're going to reveal.
What is it?
Hey, I spoke to Waldo.
Did you?
This week? Yeah, and he listened to the show because we talked about him last week in the letter. What was last week? Oh,
Yeah.
and he's going to come on the show in a couple of weeks' time.
Good.
So we're going to,
Brilliant.
because he's old
Brilliant.
school. We'll find out. All
Will he do
about
his
him.
Terminator?
Sarah Connor.
You're close.
So should we start by doing some P's from
Yes.
our listeners, Helen Chamberlain?
Fans P's, yeah. I love the fans P's this week because when I got them on the list, I looked through and every one of them I went, oh my God, yes. Ashley Pascoe says, Preston North End Snot Boy.
Oh yeah, Preston North End.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Preston Snot.
Oh, that.
Yeah,
That was the camera before a game. The camera they must have said, "Can you say Preston North End?" and got 4 lads. And the was it kid? Was it North?
yeah, it was
Yeah.
definitely
Yeah.
North.
Preston
Yeah.
North. Yeah. So the kid that said North snotted it out. 2 great big strings of
Yeah.
Yeah.
goo coming out of it, and we played it and played it and played it and played it and played it.
Till
I
the
think it's-
tape ran out.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things that never made it to air, but we found someone gave it to us and we
Yeah.
put it on the show
Yeah.
every week. I think that's what
Yeah.
happened. Yeah.
Yeah.
Preston, the tape was called Preston Snot.
Snot
Was it?
Boy.
Okay.
What was it?
Yeah.
That's how long ago it was.
And then Barry Bannon did the same
Yeah,
thing,
we
didn't he? Yeah. Whoop, whoop. And we
Yeah.
showed that millions of times as well. Imagine sitting down
Yeah.
on Saturday morning to watch Soccer AM. You're there with your breakfast and we're going,
Yeah.
Preston.
Dave Race says Peter Odemwingie in his car at QPR
Yes.
on deadline day. That was great, wasn't it?
Now a professional
Sid-
golfer. I hate
Nah,
that.
nah,
Yeah.
yes, yeah, joined the PGA. Sid says Paul Scholes. Okay, that's a P, but not the P. Paul Scholes' penis falling out during a tackle.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Followed by the P of Peter Beardsley, whose penis also fell out in a game when he had his shorts pulled.
True.
Um,
I don't know how they could do that because you know you wear pants which
Maybe they were commando.
No, you're not going to play football
you
commander.
can't.
You can't.
You can't be footloose
going
and fancy
away,
free
yeah.
down there. when
Do you
you
know,
play
I tell you what it could be. Do you remember when we played against Tranmere Rovers, the Badgers?
Yeah.
And John Aldridge's pants, they're barely existence. They had holes in them all the time. I think it was John Aldridge. And it was because he was wearing his lucky pants from when he was at Cubs or something. It was insane. He had these pants that he wore every time he played football. You know, footballers do that, don't they? They have their lucky pants and things.
Was there a time when the pants were in the shorts as well? So it's pants and shorts. Because everybody's got a pair of shorts that have the
Oh, maybe, yes.
the pants and shorts. Don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
Well,
it
like
was that.
swimming shorts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
We should
guess
do that.
so,
We should
yeah.
find out what players do. Do you remember Mickey Thomas used to go and have a shower before he played and brush his teeth?
Yeah.
Mickey too.
There's so many.
Yeah.
Joe Cole would never touch a football before the kickoff.
What?
Yeah.
What do you mean? How does he warm up?
In the changing room, wouldn't touch football.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Until he went out
Come
to the
on,
pitch.
Tube, save it for S. Superstitions.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you've blown that one. mate.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to Pete T says Gary Lineker pooing himself on the pitch at the World Cup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good old Gary.
Gary, Sam Rogers, Pickles the dog finding the stolen World
of course.
Cup.
Good old
Eh?
Pickles.
Famous
Saved the world, didn't he?
Yeah.
Saved it. Diasso, the Panenka,
Of course.
Yeah.
and finally Nick Hantz, pearl diving.
Oh, I'm going to do that.
I've got a couple. I've got Mark Anthony says Paulo Di Canio. He was always a good character, wasn't he?
Yeah.
James Lindner says Panini stickers. When you're a kid, you go got swap.
They
And
smelt so good as well.
Andy McGarry, he's got this wrong. He said P for Pele. It's actually T, isn't it? It's the great Pele.
Yeah.
So you've got that wrong. Come back with when you get to T, mate. And Chris Sale says playoffs. As a Brentford fan, it took us 10 goes to get promoted through them. So bitter sweet. You know what? Do you remember Chelsea? Chelsea. Do you remember the Chelsea? Tubes, you know the Chelsea.
I know
Come on,
the
the
Chelsea.
Chelsea. Chelsea back in the day, we played a playoff against Borough to go down. It was second division versus first division. Do you remember that?
No, I don't.
Okay, so what would happen is that the bottom tier of there would be some people who went straight down, some people who came straight up, and then there was a playoff between 2 in the first and 2 in the second. I think we all played off, and we were in the final against Borough, and we lost. And we went, okay, have I got this wrong? You're looking at me like I might have got this wrong. I think that's when we went down to the second division last time. It must have been in the 80s. And yeah, I swear this is right. We went. Do you remember that? And they
I
stopped
don't,
it.
honestly.
They stopped it.
I don't
There was
remember that,
there was too much to play for. With it's like not just the people in your own league. You're playing against the people
So
up and
you'd
down.
play the bottom 2 from the division above.
No,
would play
bottom 2 would go down,
Yeah.
top 2 would go up, and then the third and fourth bottom 2 and the third and fourth bottom and the top would play against each other in a playoff. Whatever.
What happened if you won? Did you just stay up?
out.
Yeah, you just stayed up.
And the
yeah,
other
yeah.
team didn't get promoted.
Yeah.
That's brutal.
Yeah.
I know, it's mad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I swear this used to happen. Please, someone in the gallery confirm that happened. Otherwise, I'll feel really stupid. And I might have made that up. I make a lot of crap up. Do you know what? We should get onto our P's, should we?
Yeah.
And, Robbie's not here, but he sent us...
Oh, God, he is, not is he?
Influencing.
Oh, here we go. There's Helen with her paper
crown.
crown. She's the winner. But Robbie's not here. He's influencing or training with Darren Huckabee, one or the other. But he sent us a message from the Piste in France.
P for peace.
P for Piste. Here is Robbie with his P.
Hi Tim, hi Helen, hi Joe, hi Tubes. Hope everyone's good and having a nice time in the studio. I'm just in Samoa in France doing a little bit of influencing, as is the noble trade that I do. Didn't want to get left out of this though. So for P is for pre-season. I was going to say pre-season friendly, but not just that. All of pre-season, because you get the fun of the friendlies, you get a lot of anticipation and excitement. It's a bit where you think this is going to be our year, this is what we're going to do, and then you get pumped 4-0 on opening day and you don't. So pre-season, the most optimistic and exciting time of the year. Discuss. Back next week. See you then.
See you, Robbie. See you next week.
Oh, he's got some
Pre-season.
influence, hasn't he?
That's. I want to go skiing looking at that.
See how cool he looked as well.
That's a good. That's
Proper
a good P,
influencer.
though, isn't it?
It is a
That's
good P.
It is a good P, but what really annoys me now about pre-season, being a Torquay fan, is all of this pre-season bull smell abroad.
Oh.
So years ago, Chelsea came to Torquay United for pre-season. We had 6,000 in the stadium.
That's great, isn't it?
That's our capacity.
Yeah.
Everybody wanted to turn up. Everybody wanted to see Ruud Gullit. Everybody wanted to see the guys. We had 6,000 there. Now, they're in Thailand, they're in Australia, and then they moan that they're tired at the start of the season. I want to do so many swears in a row here that I'm not allowed to. But for when they used to go, your big teams used to go down and give the little teams a little bit of. It was just a great day out because it's hot, it's the summer, and the actual pre-season it didn't matter. It's just we wanted to see the big teams come down to our little places.
I remember going to see Enfield Chelsea. And that's exactly what you're saying there. And we put our starting 11 out as well, I believe. But we all went down there because obviously it's not far to go. And when you got to Enfield, we did this on Soccer AM actually because I brought it out and showed everyone. Enfield made us become life members of Enfield before we could buy a ticket.
Really?
So we had to buy a membership. So they got double bubble. They got the turnstile money, and I had to join and become a member of Enfield. And I got a little card. They made it and then put it in. I think it was actually in plastic. I think they laminated it there for you as you went. And they go, there you go, you remember now, you can buy a ticket. And I thought it was great, double bubble. Also, we played QPR. We used to always play, well, not always, but sometimes we played QPR. I remember them beating us pre-season. And it was great for them because we'd got all the fancy foreigners. And they'd had pitch invasion and everything. It was fantastic. Yeah, you're right. But also, pre-season for when you play football was horrific, wasn't it?
I was
going to
say pre-season training.
Oh, God, when your teeth feel like they're bleeding.
Test. People being sick
you
everywhere.
Puke up. My friend Christian used to always puke up every pre-season.
I hated pre-season.
Did you?
I hated, because I didn't run very much on a football field, did I?
No.
Just sort of sat in the middle and just
like young Mulby, weren't you?
the Cobb and Mulby they called me. So I wasn't a massive fan of the bleep test.
All right, Helen, you're queen today. You're wearing the crown. So what's your P?
My P is I'm revisiting Soccer AM again for my P because it is particularly prizes, Soccer AM prizes. How terrible they were. They were a T-shirt and that was about it. There was a T-shirt
prize
for everything. So Soccer Locker winner, T-shirt. Guess the fans goals winner, T-shirt. The reward for sending in a Forces photograph, T-shirt. You got a Save Chip T-shirt for holding up a Save Chip sign somewhere. So Soccer AM prizes consisted of a T-shirt, except one time when Mr. Timothy Lovejoy decided to give away a kebab machine.
Oh, did I?
Kebab machine.
Oh, do not tell me I'm the only person in the room that remembers
I think you are.
when you gave away a kebab machine. And you got really excited about it as well. You said, it's a prize. It's because you
money
can
can't
go
buy.
out. Well, money can buy a kebab machine, but nobody in their right mind would
great
just
prize,
go out
that.
and buy a kebab machine. So you bought one, I guess, on the budget and gave it away.
Amazing.
If a person is listening or watching who has that kebab machine, please send a picture of you with it. That'd be awesome.
It'd be brilliant if it was in like permanent use.
Yeah.
I gave money as well away, my own money for a while. When
£5.
Tim Lovejoy's a Legend signed.
Yeah.
And I had to stop in the end because it went so mad. Originally, I was giving £5.
Yeah.
I just went one day, if you put a sign up, Lovejoy's a Legend, I'll give you £5. And I started doing it for a while and then I had to go, no.
Yes.
You know,
They were everywhere.
yeah, I was giving away a lot of money at one stage. It was not good. And that was my own money. That wasn't show budget money.
And at the start, there'd be one Lovejoy is a Legend sign. But if the Sky cameras were going lower league, you'd see in one shot about 55 Lovejoy is a Legend signs. Everybody's got to give 5.
Could someone clear up an argument as well? Helen and I are having a discussion. Was it the 7 o'clock club or the 8 o'clock club you could join? I thought
8 o'clock. 8 o'clock.
Why would it be the 8 o'clock club when we started at 7?
No, we didn't. We started at 8.
No, we did 7 to 11.
No, we didn't. We did 8
Helen?
till 12. We did 8 till 12.
Yeah.
No, we did 7 to 11.
No, it was 8 till 12.
8 till 12.
Helen?
Right. We used to do 7 till 11,
Right.
and then it moved from 8 till 12.
Right.
And it was after that you wondered who
Right.
was watching at actually 8 o'clock.
Well, I just thought no one's
Started
watching.
the 8 o'clock club.
Yeah, I thought Norm was
that
watching.
first hour.
So I just thought this is just pointless. We're broadcasting to no one. So we said, let's, if you are watching, send in your details, and we'll make you part of the club. We got thousands, didn't we, people?
Yeah, and
So
certificates. You gave away certificates.
Yeah.
Do you know, I'm sure the chairman of some football club sent me a photograph of his 8 o'clock club certificate still on his wall
Amazing.
somewhere. I can't
Hey, we used to
guys.
give away all sorts of T-shirts, didn't we?
Right.
My favourite.
Yeah.
My favourite was the Gucci T-shirt. We used to give away a Gucci T-shirt with a picture of Graham Gooch on it.
He should
Brilliant.
sue us, really.
Yeah,
That's what he should have
That
done.
was brilliant.
yeah.
But
I've still got one at home.
I like the Forces
Hey,
T-shirt.
for T, for
Signed by Graham
for
Gooch.
the
I
letter
think.
T, should we all wear a Soccer M T-shirt you
Yeah.
can find in your
Ooh.
cupboard?
I've got a
Yeah.
few. I've got a
Let's-
few.
let's-
Got
do
loads
that.
of those green
Yeah.
wheat sheaf ones.
Right, guys, we're going to have to move on, otherwise we're going to run out of time. So it's time for Stat Chat. Daddy Daycare says Tony Cruz has never dropped below 92% pass completion for the last 10 years. What? That's insanely
That's
good.
insane if that's true. Insane.
Jem Sally says Big Ange at Spurs versus managers with hair. Played 24, won 6, drawn 4, lost 14 versus bald managers. Played 12, won 9, drawn 2, lost 1.
What's the conclusion?
He's better off against bald managers. Joff Lord says Gordon Strachan is the only player born in the 50s to score a Premier League hat-trick. That is great stats. That is Stat Chat. Remember, we still have Ray Winstone on the blower, and we have what's in the box. I like this. What's in the box? Should we do? What should we do? Should we do what's in the box, or should we do another P? Let's do another P. Let's do Joe's P, shall we?
Oh, right. What is it this week?
P.
P. Oh,
Yep.
okay. Right. Well, in anticipation, we're going to a new ground next week.
Yeah, we're moving studio.
We've got a new ground now.
This one's hotter than the surface of the sun.
It's hot, isn't it? But it's probably going to be called something like the Wicks Trade Pro Arena, isn't it, or something like everything else is now. So I've been doing a bit of research.
Good though.
Right?
Good sponsors. Thank you.
Yeah,
for
it is.
sponsoring
Thank
the
you
show.
very much. So I've been doing a bit of research, right? And out of the 92 grounds,
Yes.
current grounds in the top 4 divisions, 47 are called the something or other stadium now. Over half of them are called the Peninsula Stadium or the Lamex Stadium or the Mazuma
What's
Stadium.
your one's called? The
What's your-
rubbish
Tough
stadium.
Sheet,
What's
Tough Sheet Stadium.
Tough Shit Stadium? Yeah.
Yeah. So this week, my P is for those grounds that aren't giving in to the sponsorship dollar, the parks
Stupid ones.
of this world.
The stupid
The
ones.
park. There are still 15 parks out there. So have
Go
a
on.
think about those.
Ewood Park, St James's Park.
God, yeah.
Ewood Park.
Pride.
said that.
No,
It's
with
Pride
the-
Park.
Pride.
Pride Park, yeah.
That's sponsored, surely.
No, it's called Pride Park, isn't it?
Don't know.
So there you go.
It's got to be
There's-
someone's Pride Park.
So there's 15 parks. There's 14 sort of assorted ones like your Old Trafford, Anfield, Stamford Bridge. There's 14 of those, the Hawthorns, etc. There's still 7 roads around.
Kenilworth Road.
Yeah.
Brisbane Road.
No, Brisbane Road is called the Gorn Group Stadium now.
Okay. Loftus
Right,
Road.
Loftus
Oh, yes.
Road, correct.
Carrow Road.
Carrow Road.
But if you were chairman of a club, the first thing
Portman
you'd do,
Road.
Portman Road.
the first thing you'd do is get a sponsor, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you're right.
Especially if you're lower
it
league.
pays
I
the
mean,
bills, doesn't it?
Yeah, if you're City or Chelsea or someone, then I suppose you could say I've got enough money. But the lower division, they should do it. What's
Yeah,
what's
they-
Torquay's ground called, Helen?
Plainmore.
Is it called
Stay the
Playmore
same.
or is it?
Yeah.
Is it?
Hmm.
There's 3 lanes still.
White Hart. No.
No.
Obviously not.
No, is it, Grandad?
Lanes.
lane.
Going to-
Ooh, this is good. Right.
go on, give us a letter.
Forest.
B. Big club, Yorkshire.
Bramall Lane.
Bramall Lane.
Lane, yeah.
Yeah.
Oldest club in the country.
Notts County. Where do they play? Notts County.
Meadow Lane.
Lane.
Meadow, yes.
Yeah.
And there's also Hayes Lane in Bromley.
Right. Okay.
Those are your 3 lanes. There's 3 grounds.
Bowling
City
ground.
Oh,
ground.
No.
City ground.
Yeah.
No.
County ground,
Ground.
Swindon, yeah.
Yeah.
Big one.
It's hard, isn't it, this?
Big one. Doing really well at the moment.
Forest.
Yeah.
Forest.
Why is it? City Ground.
City
I
Ground.
said that.
Yeah.
And also doing well in League One. I think Mickey Thomas.
Wrexham.
Oh.
Yeah.
Where do they play?
Racecourse.
The racecourse ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's right.
There you go.
Yeah.
So there's
Vicarage
that's
Road.
Vicarage Road, that's one.
That's a road.
So I'll give you the roads, 7 of them.
Yeah.
Elland Road, Portman Road, Carrow Road, Vicarage Road, Loftus Road, Bloomfield Road, and Kenilworth Road.
This is actually a good P.
Yeah.
I've really enjoyed this P.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, you've also
I've
got
enjoyed this
one
P.
parade. There used to be 2 until Valley Parade renamed.
Oh.
No, they've gone. They're University of Bradford Stadium now.
Yeah.
Rodney Parade.
Rodney Parade.
Sheephead, this is really
What's
good.
that? Only
Just
Fools and
done a-
Horses.
you've done a-
What's that?
No income.
Who's Rodney Parade? I don't know.
That's Rodney Trotter, you
Oh.
plonker. You've got one arena.
Done another impression.
Yeah,
it's
you've-
like we're sitting in the room, isn't it? With
You
Del
want a
Boy.
steak sandwich, right?
You've got one arena,
Steak
Coventry
sandwich.
Building Society Arena,
Yeah.
and my favourite
Coventry.
I think you've won.
is there's one street. There's still one street.
Oh, no.
I don't know. Fleet.
You're never going to get it, you Chelsea, with your fancy.
Go on, who
downs.
is it?
Holker Street, Barrow.
No, I didn't
didn't
know.
know
that.
There you
no,
go.
no,
Do you want to know your 15 parks?
No.
Yeah, I do.
You've got 2 St James's,
Yeah.
Newcastle next to. You've got Villa Park, Goodison Park, that'll go next season, Pride Park, Ewood Park, Selhurst Park, Fratton Park, Home Park in Plymouth, Brunton Park, Carlisle, Vale Park, Prenton Park. You've played on that.
Have I?
No, we didn't, did we? We played on the training in Tranmere. Edgeley Park, Stockport, Adams Park in Wickham, and Blundell Park in Grimsby.
Amazing.
There you go. P for
good
park.
P.
It's really good. It's really
That's a
good.
Good P.
And also
But
the
where
Frank
does-
McAvenny Car Park.
Park, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where does the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium fit?
Well, that's just a bit unimaginative,
Yeah.
isn't it? Why don't you just
Tottenham
call it
Hotspur
something
Stadium.
like... You could
Yeah.
give it a proper name.
White Hart Lane.
I don't know, but we're moving next week, and as you say, it's very, very hot in here usually. But I'm actually starting to feel a bit cold. I think it's getting
Oh,
colder in
good
here.
linkage.
Can you feel the temperature drop? That can
Yes,
only
I
mean
can.
one thing, can't it? Yes.
Freezing.
Oh, it's cold.
He's running down the left, he's running down the right, he's running down the left, he's running down the right. Cole Palmer is dynamite.
Oh, it's getting cold in here. Cole Palmer's here. Cole is so cool. He's cold. He's turned into Cole Palmer once more. Cole Palmer grabs for a scarf, but whose scarf is it? It's red and white.
It's red and white every week.
Apart from when it was blue and white a few weeks ago when it's
Cheltenham Town.
No, it's not.
Stoke.
Morecambe.
No, it has a shield for a badge on it.
Walsall.
Charlton.
It has 2 flowers on it.
Southampton. No.
It has a prawn on it.
Oh,
Grimpers.
Southend. No,
yeah.
No,
no.
they're
It has shrimps written on it.
Morecambe.
Morecambe, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you did say
Said Morecambe, yeah.
No, you did.
Oh, right.
By the way, I can't just go yes immediately, otherwise it's no fun, is it?
Oh, I thought that was the game. Who gets the scarf first?
No, I'm going to keep doing it. And
Oh,
then,
right.
Well, it kind of was. You
Yeah.
won.
Oh, right.
But you got to keep just going, Morecambe. Nicknamed the shrimps. Why?
Because it's by the sea.
Fishing and
Love a
Fishing.
cocktail.
Yeah.
Love a cocktail. No, it's because they're coastal town. What's the name of their stadium?
Oh, it's Highbury. I always
should know this.
I always get Morecambe and Fleetwood.
Their
mixed up.
original home was called
Highbury.
Their
No, that's
original club
Fleetwood,
was
isn't it?
called Christie Park, and now they're called the Mazuma Mobile Stadium.
Yeah.
Who's their rivals?
Fleetwood. Accrington.
Accrington Stanley. Who are they?
Exactly.
Exactly. Well done, Joe. Yeah.
Good podcast. This. I'm enjoying it. Informative.
Peas.
Funny.
Innit?
Peas.
Yeah.
Should we do your P or should we do the box? Or
Let's
should we
do the
Ray?
box. Let's do the box.
Should we do the box?
Yeah, let's do the
Okay,
box.
Let's do the box. Okay, we're going to open
What is
this
it?
now. What is it? It's a very black box and there's a ribbon round it.
That's
but
also
what
black. Is it?
What is it? I'm opening it now, listener. Ta-da! It is.
It's a football.
Look at
Whoa.
that. It is the Mitre FA Cup ball, the Ultimate Max Pro. That it is amazing because for a while footballs tried to get as round as they possibly could, and as we all know,
round balls don't work.
With golf balls, they don't work. So you have to have them. If you feel that tubes, not only has it got grooves all over it, it's also sort of dimpled like a golf ball, isn't it?
I love mitre football.
Feel it. Feel the sponginess of it. I do love a mitre ball as well. Mitre balls are just great, aren't they?
It's got a bit of weight to it, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, this is the official ball. I'm going to
it.
do the PR read here. It's the official ball supplier of the Emirates FA Cup and Adobe Women's FA Cup. Introduce a limited edition winners' ball for the first time. Manchester United men and women's teams, as current holders of the two cups, will be presented with this customised ball, each to use for the entirety of the new campaign. I think Arsenal used it. Man United used it the other day, didn't they?
Lovely, thanks.
It's still got the sort of multiplex V's on it, hasn't it?
There's just 500 limited edition balls have been made. There you go. The spokesman for Mitre says we're always whose name is Simon Rowe, says we're always looking to bring something new and exciting to the game and introduce for the winners' ball as a perfect way to celebrate the reigning champions Manchester United. And obviously the Emirates FA Cup and the women's Adobe Women's FA Cup to create unforgettable winning moments for the players and the fans. There you go. So that was what was in the box. Do we like that?
I like it a lot.
It's nice. And
I just want to kick it.
I love touching.
Does it have to go back?
I love touching new balls. We'll stick it on eBay. We won't really, by the way.
Just thank you, Mitre.
If Mitre says keeper, we could give it away in a competition.
There's only 500 of them, though, aren't there?
Exactly.
Tubes, should we do you?
Yeah.
Before we go to
Tubes.
Raymondo, what's your P?
Right, my P this week is for Pizzagate. The incident that took place when Sir Alex Ferguson got a pizza chucked at him from Fabregas.
Right.
Which made me think about standout arguments between managers and players and players and players. So Sir Alex has also got a history of that. He once kicked a boot into Beckham's eye.
Yeah.
Tony Pulis head-butted James Beattie in the shower. We've obviously got Bowyer and Kieran Dyer having a scrap.
That was a proper ding-dong, wasn't it?
It was.
What's the one, Joe, from years ago, 70s one, Leeds?
Norman Hunter and Franny Lee, where he's windmilling.
That was amazing, yeah.
Craig Bellamy hit John Arne Riise with a golf club.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. John Hartson, obviously, which was absolutely brutal.
Berkovic.
I heard him talk about that the other day. He hates it so much that he did that. And it really cast a shadow over him for many years because we've all met him. He's a lovely bloke, isn't he?
So nice,
such a top guy,
and really calm and soft. Like when you watch that back, I remember talking to him about it when he came on Soccer AM. It's like we're going to meet. He's like, please don't.
Yeah,
he was really like. What I did
because we all have red miss moments, don't we?
But that was on camera, wasn't it?
That's right.
It was on Sky Sports News and on repeat.
Yeah. I've got a good one for you. Being a Chelsea fan, apparently Dixon smacked Speedy.
Kerry Dixon.
Yeah. This is how the rumor goes. Actually, we could ask Kerry or Speedy whether this is true or not. But apparently, what happened was, and this is how much football's changed, is. Apparently Speedy, when Dixon didn't pass to Speedy or something, Speedy went, "What are you doing?" in front of the fans. "Why didn't you pass to me?" And that was a real no back then, because back in the day, back in the 80s, it was about a team game, not about just individuals. Now it's about individuals. How good am I? Like Ronaldo spends his whole time going, "You're crap, I'm brilliant." You know, all the players do it. They look at each other and go, "Ugh." But in those days, it was a no. You weren't allowed to criticise each other. We're on the pitch. Apparently went in straight at half-time, bam, smashed him one.
Really?
And apparently a whole fire erupted and Speedy. I think it's quite famous. Chelsea fans can probably confirm it with me. But you weren't allowed to criticise each other on the pitch. We were.
But I agree with that.
So do I.
I agree with that. You can't be digging out your teammates during match.
Didn't Ian Wright once punch someone in the tunnel at Old Trafford?
I don't know, but you said about the crazy gang earlier.
Oh yeah. Was it Laurie Sanchez and I think it might have been Fashion who
Literally just locked the door.
They locked themselves in a room and went at it, sort out who was
sort out the problem.
just sort out who was the alpha male in it.
Wasn't there a football club? It's one of these things I'm going to say, and I'm going to say, wasn't there a manager who used to encourage players to put on gloves and go in a ring and hit each other until they finish it? There was.
I think there's quite a few. I think there's been quite a few like that. Just sort it out now.
Yeah.
Graham Souness's training sessions at Rangers were legendary, apparently. Just booting lumps out of each other.
What's that? Bielsa at Leeds, murder ball. All the players used to kick lumps out.
I remember speaking to one of the, I won't say which one of the manufacturers of boots and stuff and sporting attire, who said the team was dead. It's about the individual now. We're only interested in sponsoring individuals because, they used to sponsor, they'd want to sponsor the whole team years ago. Yeah. I mean, we're a team, but he was saying that just doesn't work anymore. It was kind of the introduction of the Michael Jordan getting his own shoe thing with Nike years ago, and everyone thought, okay, that's the way to do it. So let's stick all our money in Messi or Ronaldo or Beckham rather than the team of your Man United, Chelsea or whatever, and it all sort of changed. That was very good, Tubes. Have you got any more, or can we move on?
No, yeah, just David Batty and Graham Lasso, but yeah, I think that's
three very strong ones. I think I'm going to win those.
Your time was well spent on that flight from Dubai.
I wanted to come in properly.
Before we get to mine, which is a winner this week, I think we should speak to our special guest, which
please.
We did a little pre-record before the show. He's always been such a legend to us, hasn't he? He was so brilliant on Soccer AM. And do you remember when we used to phone him and he was on the way to the FA Cup final or something? It was just brilliant, wasn't it? He was always such a good chat and such a laugh, and he loves football.
I think he's one of those people who took Soccer AM to the next level.
Yeah.
I mean, you were talking about the Noel Gallaghers and the Gazzers. Ray Winstone was another
Robbie
one.
Fowler.
Yeah, and all that.
Yeah.
Ray
Winstone,
took Soccer AM to the next level of did you know what? This is quite big now.
Yeah.
That would have been a good P. Ping Pong Prince.
Ping Pong Prince.
When you played Gazza at Ping Pong live.
This is Ray Winstone. It's Ray Winstone. Hello, Ray. How are you?
Oh, very well, thank you, Tim. Hello, Hells.
Hello.
Hello, Ray. Tubes is here as well. Hey, Ray. Ray, I follow you on social media, and I have to say, you look the happiest you've ever been in Sicily on your olive farm. You look like you've arrived. You look like you're in your heaven. Is that the case?
Well, yeah, I guess so. I mean, I'm a city boy, I grew up in the jungle kind of thing, the concrete jungle. And then all of a sudden you find something else in your life that takes you away from, I don't know, everything you kind of knew. And it keeps me moving, it gives me an interest of something that's different to what I've had before, and I kind of look forward to that time of year every year. It's almost like wishing your life away a little bit, I can't wait for next year to come, but I kind of enjoy that, and just to watch something grow and then benefit from the rewards of that at the end, when you taste it, it's quite incredible.
And do you actually do it yourself? Do you get your hands dirty, like pressing it and making the oil?
A little bit, yeah. I mean, yeah. I've got a couple of old boys who know that game and who know how to grow, and they teach me, So I'm learning all the time myself, in a way. So I've been kind of at it now for about 12 years, So I've got a good idea about it, but obviously you never stop learning. So.
You look so happy there, Ray. Do you think, nowadays when you read a script, it's got to be bloody good for you to be bothered to leave the farm to go and do it?
Yeah, but that's not always possible, is it? And, with the greatest will in the world, you'll think something's great and it doesn't always turn out that way. And it's not anybody else's fault, it just happens like that. But I actually read a script in December, which is probably the best script I've read for a long, long time, and hopefully that we'll be doing that next year. That's something. It's quite an historical event as well. So, yeah, for me, that when they come along very far and few between. But when they do, it gives you that little bit of buzz again, Tim.
Yeah.
It keeps the old juices flowing.
I tell you what, Ray.
Yeah.
So, series 2 of The Gentleman. Are you?
Oh yes.
Yeah. Have you? Is it finished? Or are you currently filming it?
No, by all accounts, it's going again in March.
Ah, right.
We're going to start, whether I'm involved or not, they're playing one of those games, I suppose, where, they're getting, but mind you, guy's busy making something else at the moment, so I guess he's concentrating on that. But, hopefully I'll get the call and I'll go along and I'll do it again because I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the whole process of it, you know.
Ray, you know why that was good, don't you? That because I really enjoyed watching The Gentleman. It was good because Guy Ritchie's a Chelsea fan, isn't he?
Go on, a Chelsea.
Yeah, I keep my distance from that.
So we have to talk about football. West Ham, you're a massive West Ham fan. Grandpa, what are you thinking there?
I love it. I fancied him from the beginning, you know, way back before we had Loopy Lou in last time. The guy we've just had, if you look back at his record, he hasn't got one. There isn't a record there, you know, he's never stayed anywhere. And, you know, from the first game to the 16th game, the same problem arose in every game. The defence, the way it opened up, it was like the parting of the Red Sea, you know. And I can't call it a question of fitness of the players as well. That they after 75 minutes they just collapsed. So, and I think Potter's the sort of men that come in and address those problems, not only address the issue of defence but fitness. They don't look fit to me. They don't look game fit to me, you know. And it looked to me like the players didn't want to play for the manager.
Right.
Graham Potter also plays the style of football the West Ham fans would like.
You know, just a win would do me at the moment, you know, and we're sort of, Graham Potter is, I think, from Brighton, you know, all the way from the way he got Brighton going, you know, and that's the legacy's still there at Brighton from what he left there. And managers are coming in, you know, and the whole structure of the club. And hopefully that'll rub off on West Ham, you know, the structure of the club will change because I think that's part of the problem at West Ham as well, you know.
Yeah, what do you think of football now, Ray? Because we started this show in '96, and because we've been doing this podcast again, you kind of we keep going back, nostalgia, you know, with a bit of nostalgia. The game has changed so much. I mean, there's nothing on a Saturday morning to watch on TV anymore. But apart from that, you know, the contacts left the game a bit. I mean, it's still a great product, but it's changed dramatically.
I mean, it pours the life out. I mean, it's got to the stage where everyone's trying to play like Manchester City, and Manchester City ain't playing that well at the moment. You know, it's even Arsenal, you know, have lost that kind of zing out their play. You know, they all want to play this game where you go down a wing. No one wants to commit. It's like overcoaching. It's like all the teams you're watching at the top teams have been overcoached. And no one's allowed to be a natural footballer anymore and play their game, you know. And that kind of knocks the enjoyment out of the game, you know. I saw that happen to Joe Cole years ago when he left West Ham. Joe Cole was one of the most exciting things you'd ever seen in your life. He went to Chelsea and Mourinho absolutely ruined him and changed his game. You know, for me, they're the people you go to watch, you know, football for. You know, these guys who are naturally gifted and exciting and excite you as a crowd, you know.
People seem to be scared to have a pop from outside the box anymore. Do they? They've got to just pass it around the edge of the box, trying to find a little opening. Just have a pop. That's what the crowd want.
You've got a coach on the sideline screaming up and down the line. You know, I mean, if they've employed players to play the game, yet they don't trust them to play the game they've been told to play. You know, and I look at it and I think, who's this guy running up down the line who's losing his rag every 2 minutes, you know. It's like you're going to have a heart attack, you know, watching a game of football. Like,
yeah.
I'm just over it a little bit, you know.
Ray, what do you think about Thomas Tuchel becoming an England manager?
Yeah, I don't mind that, actually. I really don't mind that. I'm trying to think who else, an English manager who could take that role at the moment, and Eddie Howe's not going to leave Newcastle, and I don't know whether he's ready for that yet. Graham Potter is probably not ready for that yet, you know. So as an English, they're screaming out for an English manager, which I'd love. I think it's right that an Englishman should be at the head of a national team. As in Germany, it should be a German, you know. But looking at it, there's not many English managers that you would say could fit that bill and do the job, other than Southgate.
Ray, lovely to see you. You're always one of our favourite guests on Soccer.
We love you.
We absolutely loved having you on.
Mate, when you're coming back on the telly, that's what we want to know.
Apparently he does a show on cooking on Sundays.
Stuff that's on a Saturday morning is driving me crazy. You know, just talking tactics and waffle. You know, at least we used to have a laugh. Didn't we?
That was the thing about us on a Saturday morning. There wasn't a lot of tactics spoken, was there? Just a load of people having a laugh. Yeah.
To be honest, there wasn't a lot of football spoken.
Ray,
that's what was great about it.
It was, yeah.
Ray, thank you
All
so
right,
much
guys.
for your time. Thanks, mate.
Thank you.
Yeah, bless
Thanks, the olive.
See you, Ray.
Top
Cheers,
man.
Ray.
Cheers, Ray.
Yeah,
Bye.
Bye, mate.
Molto bene, come sta?
Ciao, ciao, ciao. Okay, I love Raymondo. Follow him on Instagram, by the way, because he posts on there from his farm in Sicily. He just looks so happy. It's brilliant. I love the fact that he looks so happy doing that. Right, have we only got me left then? Is that it?
Just you.
Okay, mine is Helen. You're gonna have to listen to this one. You're gonna love this. Don't get distracted like you did last week.
Okay.
This is my second go at something. Okay,
Oh, it's not the.
so try something a bit
Did
different.
it win the first time?
Here we go.
It didn't, but it should have done.
I admire your persistence.
So I'm going with it again.
Yeah.
P is for proof. In 2015-2016, Leicester City won the league,
Right.
proving that no one knows anything about football. I brought this up before and it was poo-pooed. But what is amazing, I did a bit more research, that Leicester City team collectively cost the rough starting 11, cost £22 million. That is all. That's according to the BBC, by the way. Man City paid more for Kevin De Bruyne at the start of that season. So their whole team cost less than Kevin De Bruyne. They went on to win. They smashed everyone. They stayed top of the league. Everyone said they couldn't do it. Gary Lineker ended up in his undercrackers on Match of the Day.
Yeah.
It is proof that if anyone ever tells you, it's like Man City losing all the time now. At the beginning of the season, everyone just thought they were going to romp it home. No one knows anything about football. Proof.
Tim.
Is that it?
Aren't you just doing exactly the same as what you've done before?
Yes. Yeah. But I lost. I didn't win last time, but this time, P for proof. Okay, while Helen makes up her mind.
Is that it?
Yes,
That's it.
proof. I was going to go Palmer, but I decided it's so important that we understand that. Joe, you don't know anything about football.
No.
Gary Lineker, you know nothing about football. Gary Neville, the Garys, they know nothing about football. Rio, you know nothing about football. Shearer, no one knows anything about football. Mourinho, Joe, Pep,
Now you're just listing everybody in football, telling them that they know nothing about football.
Pele, Maradona, you know nothing about football.
So desperate
Johan
to
Cruyff.
win.
Zizou, you know nothing about football.
He's just lashing out.
Yeah,
like
he's
a
just
wounded
angry
bear.
now.
Right,
He's
why,
angry.
why, Helen? You got to make your mind up. Do your WWWFs for us.
WWF. Dirt Monkey. Peterborough's boss not putting Ashley Young's son on to play against him in the FA Cup. But
Terrible.
No, they were still in the game.
Terrible.
Though.
Terrible decision. Fairy tales. It's what fairy tales.
Magic of the Cup.
Magic of the
Magic
Cup.
of the
We're looking for
Cup.
fairy tales. Rubbish. Yeah, boo him.
Aaron Authors, the dodgy Newcastle badge on their away kit.
Yeah, it's like Leeds United from the 70s, isn't it? That
No,
weird
I
thing.
like it. It's brilliant.
No, nonsense.
This kind of current trend of an old
Woke
badge.
nonsense. Woke
No,
nonsense.
it's brilliant.
Bloody woke nonsense.
I think it's great seeing those old badges again.
I love
Following
the Chelsea old badge.
What
Following
from
on
the
from
ages
that,
ago?
It
Yeah,
was
yeah.
just a lion, wasn't it, holding a flag?
No, yeah. Holding like
Yeah.
daggers.
How do you get a lion to hold a flag?
Train them, I suppose. Ask Helen. She's probably got one at the farm.
Phil Horsfield says tunnel hugs and saying hello to the mates and no more tense rivalry or
Yes.
heated pre-game tunnels.
Woke nonsense.
Yeah.
I think it's worse after the game when the team's just lost.
Yeah.
They're just going, woo.
Yeah. I
They're all chatting like that.
I
Yeah.
agree with you. You paid your money, whether you paid to get in or you pay your Sky or a subscription for whatever. You want to see the players actually pretend they
Yeah.
actual rivals.
Do all
not-
that afterwards in the
rubbish.
changing room.
I'd say
Rubbish.
he was very
They should be
chatty.
put in prison for that.
Yeah. Well, bit draconian. But I tell you, he's very chatty. Haaland, he's always having a natter
Yeah.
at the final whistle, and he's always having just.
Yeah.
Any others, Helen?
Yeah, I really agree with this one. Matthew Laidlow says, people knowing the names of your club executives, there's absolutely no need.
Yeah,
That's
oh, it's
really good.
That's brilliant.
That's really good.
It's brilliant. And when you get
Really good.
and when you get some idiot tell you about the finances of the club, it's like, do you care? I mean, like, obviously we've all become like accountants now as football fans. Oh, how much they've done, football fair play, blah 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 blah. Just spend the money if you got it or if you haven't.
Yeah, my WWF this week is players' names on the backs of their shirts in lowercase. No capital letter at the start of the surname. That makes my eye twitch.
You don't like that font?
Man
All right, just
City have
before
got a comedy font.
Yeah,
A novelty font.
Few of them have gone
yeah.
for that. Haven't Spurs done one as well? Is it Spurs who've done one? I
Have they?
can't remember. Anyway, listen, but Helen, while you make up your mind that I've won, I'm going to quickly do some woke nonsense. PK the Apprentice says Robbie Knox missing the show every other week. Woke nonsense. Very true.
The life of an influencer,
Very
though,
true.
unfortunately.
Dare Dio says Paddy Mayne not getting a Victoria Cross in SAS Rogue Heroes. Very true. Woke nonsense. Why didn't he get one? Does anyone watch that SAS Rogue Heroes?
No.
Oh, get on it. Get on. Oh, it's very good. Get on it. It's very good. You'll enjoy it. It's really good. Murphy says FA Cup third round being played on a Tuesday. Woke nonsense. And Chris Hicks says saw a low. Oh, this is unbelievable. This. You're not going to believe this, guys. You might have to sit down. Oh, you are. Chris Hicks says saw a lino wearing gloves in the Spurs Newcastle game. Utter woke nonsense. Helen, have I won?
No, good.
What do you mean? No, it's proof. P for proof.
Sorry,
Can he not have a heated flag?
Who?
The lino.
We're at the climax, Joe, of the competition here. Who's won? Not bad. Well, let's invent that.
You can
Let's
get
invent
USB hand warmers,
I'm in.
can't you?
Yeah. I'm
They're
in.
brilliant.
What about the thing you had the other week?
How much money do you want?
They're amazing,
nice,
yeah.
they were.
How much money do you want for that idea? I'm in.
Well, it's kind of already out there. The cat's
damn.
already out of the bag.
All right. Helen, did I win? P for proof.
No, for the second time, no.
Who's won?
You did not. It's Joe, of course.
Yeah.
Great.
What?
You joined in. We
Again?
loved it.
Yeah, I'd like to
Not
know.
win.
I'd like
True.
to know the record here. I think you're winning just.
S. Do you know what I'm doing for S? Sussed.
Okay.
Leicester City. You sussed. Everyone who said they wouldn't win, sussed. Right,
That's
that's the end of the
really
show.
good. You
We are
deserve to
back
win.
on Friday with the Q and Q. That's questions and quiz. We will see you then.
And it's the letter Q, isn't it?
No, not on Friday.
Oh, not on
Wouldn't
Friday.
be.
That's next week.
That's next
Getting
week,
ahead
yeah.
of
Got a
myself
bit
on
giddy with his crown on. Look.
in a bit. Yeah.
See you Friday.
See ya.
Do a Ray impression. Steak sandwich. Do a steak sandwich.
Friday, you're doing it. You're Grosvenor.
Be there.
Quiz. Be there Friday. No.
You're doing it.
That's not actually Ray. That's Ben Kingsley.
I
Isn't
know.
it? Don Logan.
No, it's Gandhi.
Gandhi. Yeah.
See you Friday.
See you later.